It came from England. Corn dogs.
Hi everybody, welcome to season 1, episode 8 of Off the Rocker podcast. We're glad to be back with you today, coming to you live from West Lafayette, Indiana. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Kelsey. Sorry my voice sounds a little odd, I've been sick.
Yeah, so I think it was a few weeks ago, we posted we were going to do a food episode, and Kelsey's been battling with some health stuff, so we skipped that, and also we didn't get any comments on any things to try, so that was another reason I think why we skipped, but the main reason was her health. So we're just coming to you live with a health update, a life update.
Yeah.
Updates.
Update. I don't know. All I can think about when I think about like our life update that we're talking about today is it absolutely matters who you surround yourself with when you're really going through it in life. And I was having like on our last episode, I'm pretty sure that's the one that showed like my neurological episode. Like on the outside, it always looks normal. Like I look what you'd call normal, I guess. I just look exhausted. But on the inside of my body, it feels like absolute chaos is erupting. And I'd been struggling with that for months. It's a long time, 6 months or more.
Yeah.
And so I mean, basically, I had finally just had enough, and I reached out. Aaron and I serve on our worship and production team at our church, and I had basically reached out in the chat and said, listen, guys, like, I never do this. I never reach out to the public and ask for any help. And I said, I'm just desperate. I need prayer. I need, like, mental support, basically, because I was just starting to lose it and break down because of being sick for so long. It kind of just wore on my mind. And so they kind of sprung it on us at our practice a few weeks ago that they were just going to lay hands on me, anoint me with oil, and go to battle, spiritual battle with us. And I will say since then, I haven't had a single migraine, which is huge because I had migraines every day for like 6 months. So it's huge. So I do feel the effects of the prayer. And then, of course, I started, like, last week was a really good week, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, everything. It was a really good week for me last week. And then Thursday morning, I wake up and I can't talk. I feel like I can't breathe. And so I went to urgent care, and of course, you know, nothing's ever wrong. So they say it's just viral, so to kind of run its course. But today's day 3 of this garbage. And I don't know. Like I said, I just think it's really important that when you're really going through stuff in life, it matters who is surrounding you. It matters who you have in your close circle. It matters that you have people who are backing you up and supporting you, praying for you. I don't know. I just think it's really important because in those times in our life, it's really proven that if we would have just hung out with any old person that wasn't a prayer warrior, that they care about us, but not enough to be honest with us, like, and do spiritual battle with us, I'm not sure that my neurological stuff would have went away. And so I just feel really encouraged from that. I feel really like empowered because of that, because of who we chose to put around us in like those weak, vulnerable moments. So, I mean, I don't know how you feel about that, but when we were praying that night, it was just like, I don't know, I just felt for the first time in a long time like God's got this under control. Like, I don't have to worry about this. So I've felt better since then. Like, I've had no neurological episodes since then. I had a very mild headache. But every day it's been getting better since then. It's just this cold stuff now.
Yeah, so the people that know me know that I'm kind of I don't take too many things very seriously. So I joke, I try to make things lighthearted. But I do believe in the power of prayer. I do believe in anointing things with oil. And I believe that, you've been healed. We believe for it.
Yeah.
In Jesus' name. But let me add a little lightheartedness to this to just kind of... So she's anointed these microphones with oil. We have enough anointing with oil in our house. If there was ever an oil shortage, we would still be able to fry some potatoes. We might be able to deep fry a turkey.
Probably. Listen, at least my home is spiritually covered. Like, if you come here, this is a place for you to feel warm and welcome and invited. Like, I want my home to be a place of peace for people. So, of course, I anoint every mirror, TV screen, doorway, entrance, exit to this house. Like, if I can reach it, I'm anointing it. I even anoint our cars. Our washing and dryer, our new washing machine and our old dryer. If you look on the front of the dryer, I'm like, oh, if the washing machine went out, the dryer is usually close to go. So I have anointing oil dripping down the front of the washing machine because I'm like, oh, in the name of Jesus, this is not going to go down too.
Sometimes when it's dripping, it scares me a little bit, but
our bedroom doors, our beds, I don't know. When I anoint mirrors, it's more of like the way we see ourselves, like specifically for our kids. Like, I want them to see the way that we see them, not like what the world's telling them to see. So I anoint mirrors and things like that. So, good morning, everybody. Sorry, we're not ignoring you, I promise. But yeah, he's not kidding. Like, our realtor, she's also a good family friend of mine. Her and her husband had went to Israel, and they brought me back a bottle of anointing oil from Jerusalem, and I use that a lot. And it's this teeny tiny bottle, but my gosh, it lasts. I've been using it for over a year, and I'm telling you, it lasts forever.
When she runs out, I'm just gonna buy her a tub of Crisco.
Anoint the Crisco, holy cookies.
Oh yeah, you can use the Crisco.
That's too funny. But no, so yes, power of prayer, very important. I definitely believe in anointing oil. The Bible says it in many, 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 many places. It talks about, are any of you sick? Call on the elders of the church and anoint them with oil, and you shall be healed. Like, there's other places where, like, the woman poured her perfume, which was essentially olive oil. It was precious pressed olive oil with perfumes in it. That was usually with sticks or flowers or things, from nature. They didn't have perfumes like chemicals like we have now. And it was a perfume that she poured all over Jesus's feet. So, I mean, obviously anointing oil has significance in the Bible. So it should be significant to us now. It should be something that we're actively using or utilizing.
So when she's talking about the fragrances, it's reminded me of childhood. We used to play with my cousin and stuff, and also just Andrew and I would play together, and we'd, have empty like spice bottles and stuff, and we'd make potions, and we'd do recipes and like big empty pots that were sitting out. But one of the things we'd take is clover. You know what clover looks like, the little white looking flower things. Put a whole bunch of that in a water, and it didn't smell great, but...
Did you guys ever make mud pies as kids?
Well, when we lived in the one neighborhood, there was some clay that we found.
Oh, cool.
It wasn't like, we've got clay here in our front yard that's like clay, like it's clay, but we found something that was probably a mixture of mud and some clay, and I made like this cookie. So I put pea gravel in it to make it look like chocolate chips.
Of course you did.
And it just dried in the sun.
So Aaron and his brother Andrew, they have a younger brother named Nolan too, but there was a big age gap between them. So
10 years.
Yeah. So by the time that, they were 10 and older, where you care more about your friends and doing that stuff, Nolan was just a baby. So they kind of missed out in their younger years of having like that close brotherly relationship that you and Andrew have, only because of age. As we're getting older, we're all getting a lot closer. But they have, if you can remember, as our kids would say, back in the late 1900s, you had a video cam recorder thing. And then you had the little mini VHS tapes that you had to put in the bigger VHS tape to be able to watch them. I actually asked your parents if for Christmas, when we get together for Christmas this year, if we could pull out those home videos of you guys, because Aaron and Andrew are the most comical duo. It's like you guys are so ridiculous. So they had their own cooking show in their house, and they would video record this with all these VHS tapes. And I remember there was one where you were making something and Andrew goes, "No, stupid, that's not how you do it." And like they were literally like talking to each other like this, but it is so entertaining watching the two of you guys just throw crap back and forth, and like you're really trying to make an actual cooking show. But it was impressive, but also funny. I mean,
we did a skit too, like a David Letterman type thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
where you were asking questions and had guest stars. Yes. Oh, those were the best. So see, practice for the pod. Yeah. We
Good
really
old
ought to
days.
have him and Shane on the podcast. That would be really fun.
I agree.
So Shayna, our sister-in-law, her mom and dad are the ones who pastor the church that we serve at. And so we get to see them at least once a week and stuff. And oh my gosh, me and Shayna, so Andrew, Shayna, and I were all in the same class in high school. And when you had the three of us together in a classroom, first of all, no learning was being had. That's a for sure. And two, all three of us would get kicked out of class and have to sit in the hallway, which when you're in the hallway, there is zero supervision. So then we'd get in trouble for being in the hallway together. Like it was always, the three of us together were like the three musketeers of stupid. Like we were always getting in trouble for something. And it was usually for talking and giggling. Like those were the things that we were always getting kicked out of class for.
So I was always like a goody two shoes, and I do recall one time where I like broke the rules, and I was so bad. Do you want to hear the story?
Of course I do, because I don't believe it.
She knows the story, but it's really not.
I do?
It's really not that crazy of a story. So, we used to have this teacher named Mr. Pierce, and he was an English teacher.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about him.
And I had his class one of my high school years. And we had to write this big, long paper. And he would separate the papers by class in paper bags. So in the front of his room, he had brown paper bags. And each class, like they were labeled, and each class would have their, papers in there. Well, the paper was due, like, let's just say it was like due on a Monday, okay? Well, I didn't have it done yet, and we were starting to work on like the next paper
That right
or
there is
something.
surprising to me that you didn't.
And so it was like, I think it was like 2 days later. So I didn't have it done Tuesday, but I had it done Wednesday. And I knew that Wednesday we were supposed to meet in the library. But what I did was I snuck into his classroom and put that in the sack that it was supposed to go into so it wouldn't be late.
You're such a rebel,
And
Aaron.
he literally came in there. He's like, "What are you doing in here?" And I was like, "Oh, I thought we were meeting in here today." And he's like, "No, we're in the library." That's how he talked, like Sean Connery kind of.
Yeah, he kind of did.
Yeah. And so, yeah, A+ on that baby. Because it wasn't late. It would have been like a C. It would have been downgraded. It was like a downgrade per letter grade every day. So it would have been automatically a C.
So, I've got a good one for you. So since you're talking about like how hardcore you and I were in the past, like
No, I said I wasn't, but I was one time.
I know, I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, okay.
So, my cousin Kathy and her brother Eddie, also my cousin, they came to visit me and my boyfriend at the time in Fowler, and in that time is when all the windmills in Benton County were first being put up and stuff. So there was windmill blades, like these 150-foot windmill blades were randomly like stationed all around Fowler. And so everybody tagged. They would take spray paint and spray paint this one windmill, which they still have it, but they've since had this really amazing artist come out and make this beautiful mural with this pheasant and this country scene on it, and now it's like a showcase for the town.
So they left that one off and just
yes,
went
but
with
what
it?
they did is they spray painted where we spray painted the back of it. People would just put their name on it. Mm-hmm. Well, if you go, it's probably on Kathy's Facebook because I deleted mine and since lost all my pictures, but there's a picture of me and Kathy and my cousin Eddie standing against this windmill blade acting real tough in my floral cardigan in my Ugg boots. And I thought we were so hardcore, like bad A. Like, yeah, check out what we just did. We tagged the windmill illegally. And I spelled my name, put the wrong year on it. I put 2012 when it was only 2011. So there was that. And here I am standing in my floral cardigan leaning against this thing acting like I'm such a hard you-know-what. And my family still gives me crap for that. They're like, yeah, you're so tough. You and that floral cardigan spray painting things again.
All right. Tell me why it is that there is no way I can hear the word cardigan and not think of I hopped off the plane at LAX with a dream and a cardigan.
Oh, I don't know.
So
It's a good one, though.
I think I'm like one of the most boring people around. And
Boring's not bad.
so like I don't adventure. I don't do fun stuff. But fun note, the first time I ever heard that song, I was actually in Los Angeles.
Back when your hair was about this long.
No, it's never been this long.
I know, you kind of look like Jesus with a little bit of hippie.
I'm not wearing the bandana. I don't wear that every day because it's great for controlling my hair. I like wearing the bandana for control, but it's also like a style and a vibe, and I don't want that style every day. Like,
Speaking of your long hair, so on our worship team, there's another guy named Ben Featherstone. It's the coolest freaking name I've ever heard, so I call him Brother Featherstone, just because I think it sounds fancy.
But before everybody started doing all this with his last name, because I figured it out first, because such a trendsetter. I called him Agent Featherstone, like
I can see
007, you know?
So my point was, him and Aaron both have really long hair. Ben's is actually longer than Aaron's.
Yep. He beat me to the punch.
Yes, and what's funny is they wear it the same every week without planning this. And so you have Aaron playing bass on this side of the stage with his long hair, and Ben Featherstone on this side of the stage with his long hair. And it's just a vibe, man. Like the whole vibe of you guys being up there with like playing your bass and your guitars, and he does electric guitar, I think.
Yeah, what do they call it? I can't remember now.
A brotherhood. I don't know.
No, something the hair zone or something.
Yeah, they call that part of the stage the hair zone.
Well, it's something like that, but it sounds more like airplane-ish. Like,
yeah,
I can't remember what it is, but yeah.
But another life update for you guys. Aaron was kind of joking around with our pastor and our worship team and said, the word bass, like bass guitar, is spelled B-A-S-S. And so is bass fish is spelled B-A-S-S. So Aaron made a joke that he was going to build a bass bass. Well, he actually did. And
should I go grab it?
You should.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So he built this bass bass, and it took a couple weeks actually, but he carved out the wood himself, shaved it down. Oh, it's right there. I didn't know that. And
I gotta put the glass in.
he bought a glass eyeball off Etsy to put on it.
I'm gonna put that on.
It's epic. I can't wait for you guys to see this. It's actually impressive. Like, you'll have to move your microphone out of the way.
See if I can get it in the screen. It's gonna be hard to read the screen. So I used parts.
Yes, the people want to see, Kate said.
So I used a guitar, but then I took the pieces away, and then I.
So he made this himself from scratch. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I think it's.
And so the eyeball is going to actually have a glass eye that looks very realistic. Somebody on Etsy made it special for him.
Fish stuff.
And Aaron wants to sell this thing. So
I'm going to put it on eBay for $1 million. So anyway.
he said he's going to put it on eBay for $1 million just to see if somebody wants to buy it. But yeah, for all your woodworking needs, Aaron's the go-to guy. Kate said that's so cool.
Thank you.
Aaron has built, I'm gonna try to go through all the things off the top of my head that I know Aaron has built that look like a professional built it. First, he built me, if you guys grew up in the 80s and 90s, likely your parents, maybe your grandparents had these, but they're called potato bins. And it's like a wood structure that has a drawer for your onions and a drawer for your bread and a drawer for your potatoes. And we looked everywhere for one of those, and I was not going to spend no $200 on them. And that's the cheapest we could find. And my mom had one, and I'm like, this is really great because it keeps all this stuff out of your cabinets and off of your countertops. And so Aaron built me one for Mother's Day like 4 years ago. And it turned out amazing. So then last year we decided, well, we went and stayed at this. Aaron and I were convinced that we were going to build a tiny home and live with our 2 kids and homeschool in a tiny home and just live off the grid, which we still want to, but it's also not realistic sometimes. But we decided we really liked what this tiny home cabin had that we stayed in for a week was exposed wood shelves on the wall, and that's where they put all their dishes and cups, which we thought it looked really pretty. So he decided to extend the top of my potato bin into like a coffee bar shelf with all shelving underneath it, and then built me some exposed shelves on our kitchen wall to have like all our coffee mugs and all these decorations and things, which was it looked like a professional did it. He's also built, when we moved into this house, we really had a vision for hosting like Bible studies, large groups of people, things like that. So he built, 16 feet? How long was that table?
No, it was I think it was 18.
So an 18-foot long farm table with a bench that surrounded 3/4 of it and then chairs on the other side of it.
Yeah, it's right outside this window, chopped into 4 pieces.
Yeah, so it was so big that when we cut it apart into 4 sections, each section is still the same size as a full-size table.
Yeah, I've got some, so I made it with, most of it was, well, not most of it. Some of the, like, intricate pieces, the boards were solid maple, and so there's solid maple boards in it that I want to cut out. The other is, like, maple veneer, which is, like, worthless, but I need to cut the maple out so that we can, salvage it.
Yeah. And then behind our shed, there's a bunch of wood, and in our garage, and on the roof, like up under the
so I was
rafters.
gonna say about the potato bin. What was really cool was, so AI is a big thing right now, and I'm into tech and stuff. So like I'm one of those people that like technology. It's almost like a blessing and a curse both. Like there's good and bad to it. Like there's a lot of days, and I've said this in many, like in other episodes and at other times, where like technology is such a time stealer, and it makes me so angry. I just want to, like, with my cell phone and stuff, sometimes I just want to get rid of it. Like, but I saw this little video, like all the people in IT, like what they want to do, and it's like living off the land and stuff, just because, I do the IT stuff all the time. But what I was going to say is, so I use AI, for work and personal and different things like that. But I took a picture of the space where the potato bin was, and I was like, I kind of explained what I was looking for, and it would generate something, and I was like, that's not what I want. And I literally kept asking it over and over and over again, and finally it more or less, the vision I had in my mind, it produced it. And so then I was like, yes, exactly. Just so I could kind of see what it was, I guess, conceptualize, what it was going to look like.
Throwing out the big words now.
Conceptualize? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It's a very astute word.
Oh, thank you. And then, so basically it spit out what I was looking for, and then I built it. And yeah, I built a couple barn doors.
Yeah.
And
our
then
pantry when we bought this house, for whatever reason, they had, is it accordion doors? Is that what those are called? Mm-hmm. Like wood slotted accordion doors over our, it's what was supposed to go over our built-in pantry in the wall. Thank you, Caleb. And for some reason, they took those doors off. And we didn't know that we had the doors here until we had a squirrel infestation. And we had to go in the crawl space of our house. And that is where they threw those doors. So I don't know why. But I thought, well, why don't we just, if we put a barn door there, the barn door kind of serves as a makeshift door when we're cooking and don't want people running in through that door. And then it covers the pantry when we're not cooking.
Yeah, I love barn doors. I like the way they look, but I also love their functionality. Mm-hmm. Like because in our previous home, there was a large entry to the hallway. So basically it wasn't one of the split floor plans, but all the bedrooms were at the end of a hallway. And then the rest of the living space, was obviously at the other end of the hallway. So the kids would go to bed and we'd still be in that family room. Well, it was an open hallway and it was kind of loud. So what we did was we built a huge barn door to cover that entry, and it slid over that entry so that
was like a 10-foot.
Yeah, it was really big.
It was to cover the whole hallway doorway. So, Matt, that would be amazing. Buy land and live off grid. I'm serious. Like, that's the dream. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
We did a lot. When we were thinking about we also seriously thought about selling this house. And the money we would make from selling this house would buy an RV and then still have a couple thousand left over to do whatever we want with it. And we were really serious. Like, really serious. We actually went and looked at RVs. We met with somebody to show us a couple of their RVs and the different kinds there are to see what we'd be interested in. We were dead serious we were going to do it.
We were contemplating, as with everything.
We were pretty serious. But for some reason, selling the house, when it came down to it, it never felt right.
So we've, I think I mentioned this story. Like I said, I'm kind of boring. I've got a few stories, and I just mentioned them over and over again. But my great-grandmother and great-grandfather, they had a farm, a 16-acre farm. And it was always my dream to have that. And Kelsey and I actually had the opportunity to buy it. But the house was kind of not really doing so great.
They didn't take care of it.
So, had it been a little later in our life where we had a little extra money, or we kind of knew more like what we know now, I think if the opportunity would have presented itself now, especially at the price that it was and the price it sold for, which is even less, I'm sure we would have jumped on that opportunity. But because I have such fond memories of being out there on the farm, it was always like I wanted to raise my kids on a farm and for them to have that adventure. And it's not going to work out that way, I don't think. But every time we look, it's like either it just doesn't feel right. It's not the right price. There's just always something that's not quite right about it.
Or there's something about it that it's better where we are now, that it's not worth giving up.
I mean, I'll be honest, there's where we're at now, it feels like home. It feels comfortable.
It's all that anointing oil that I prayed.
It probably is. But I mean, there's things about this house where it's eventually, this is going to need replaced and that's going to need replaced and this is going to cost us an arm and a leg. But you're probably going to have that with, unless you're building new. You're going to have that.
When your house is 90% wood and 95% window. I mean, that's one of the things I love about this house, though. There's natural sunlight in every room. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's why I like it. I like it. It feels open even though it's not.
Yeah, it's been good for us. The schools have been good for our kids. And, like we've mentioned, we're close to Purdue. So, if they decide to go to Purdue, we can just keep staying here so that, they're close to campus and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But was there a point I was making? Was I getting around to some kind of point with that?
We never know. We just talk.
We were talking about something. What was it before that?
Farmhouses, tiny home.
Oh yeah, land and stuff. So yeah, I guess we were talking about land. Yeah, Matt. After the kids are out and I'm old and decrepit, that's when we're gonna move.
Old and decrepit.
Yeah. When I'm not gonna want a mortgage, but by that time, this house might sell for a ton of money. Our equity has grown, so.
Well, when there's nowhere else to build in West Lafayette, yeah, that'll be worth a lot more.
So what else you got?
Caleb is dying to come talk to you guys. He even wore his dress shirt and his tie to look fancy for you.
Okay, come on over here, buddy.
I'm gonna bring 2 other people with me.
You're bringing 2 guest stars?
Yep.
All right.
Oopsie.
Caleb wants to join us and talk to you guys.
Hi.
Here, you can talk.
Yeah, you can talk in either
You
microphone.
can talk in this one right here.
Okay.
So what do you got to share, buddy?
I really like it when we're together as family because it's like it feels very comfortable. It makes me feel good when we're together and it like when we're exploring because it's like it's kind of like it's like a I think I forgot it.
Like a family adventure.
Yeah.
We like going on adventures, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
So who'd you bring?
Mr. Bunny and Mr. Bunny.
Mr. Bunny and Mr. Bunny 2.0.
Not 2.0.
Which
Oh.
one's Mr. Bunny OG? The one that we've had to sew his ear on a bunch of times?
Yeah.
And he's been stuffed an additional time by one of those Build-A-Bear like.
Yeah,
Helen
so we were in
Hubbables?
Helen, Georgia in July, and Mr. Bunny was pretty floppy. He had pretty much
But
lost his stiffness. And there was a really kind lady at one of the Build-A-Bears that was in Helen. And for free, she offered to stuff Mr. Bunny back up for us. So, there you-
this one got stuffed.
oh, Matt asked you a question.
Um,
What brand of semi-truck do you want to drive when you get old enough?
I don't know what brand. I think that
Not a K-Whopper?
Kenworth and Freightliner would probably be my 2 favorites, but but I mean I also like the other brands. So.
Then why do you wear a Peterbilt hat then?
And a Ford. Come on, man.
Because there's Ford LTL 9000s.
I don't even know what that is, but it sounded cute when you said it.
You want me to go get my phone and go on to truck paper?
No.
No, you don't need to. Kate said hi as well, to you.
Hello.
So Caleb is in 4th grade, and he worked so hard. So his class every week does like a multiplication facts test that they have to do in 2 minutes. He gets a little extra time on it, but they started with 1s and then worked all the way up. He got stuck on 7s for like a month.
We started on 0s.
Okay. Well, that's easy. The answer's 0 to everything.
I know. I
So-
passed that one.
So he was stuck on his 7s facts for like a month. And last week he finally passed it. And so now he gets to move on to his other fact families. We are very proud of him.
And everybody else passed their facts.
It's great.
And the 7's donut finally got hung up on the wall.
That's amazing. Y'all had to work together to do it, huh?
Uh-huh.
And he's going to be going on a field trip in the next few weeks.
Yeah, December 5th. And I'm going to Indianapolis for the State House.
You can eat steak at the State House?
No!
Oh, I thought you said steak house.
No.
I would chaperone for that.
I do want to go to a steakhouse in Indianapolis, though.
We totally should, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
We should.
Yeah.
So,
like, if there was like a food that I really liked and it was on a plate on a table, I would probably ask whose it was. And if nobody said it was theirs, I would probably eat it.
so, do you know what holiday is next week?
Labor Day?
The one at the end of November.
Turkey Day.
Turkey Day, Thanksgiving. So, do you want to share what your favorite thing to eat at Thanksgiving is?
I would probably have to say Nana's turkey.
Nana's turkey?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean Nana's stuffing.
I'm
Nana's
making
stuffing.
turkey this year, right?
Nana's stuffing.
It ain't gonna be me. I'll burn it or undercook it, one or the other.
We got a new stove kind of recently. And it's got this feature where you can use one of those probes to see when your food's ready. So I might give that a whirl.
Be excited to use it?
Yeah, maybe.
All I'm saying is my family has a lot of trust in me and Aaron to cook the turkey. It'll be good. It'll turn out great.
Yeah.
So you know how we were going to do the vehicle episode? Mm-hmm. Should I share the news just to be real?
Can I be
about
on
how crazy I am? Literally, I'm a
Sure,
Can
you
I be
say
on
whatever
the
you
vehicle
want.
episode? No, you're not.
What, buddy?
Can I be on the vehicle episode?
Maybe.
Probably.
So anybody that knows us knows that we trade vehicles like we change underwear.
Mostly not me. I just have to be there because his name's on it.
I've owned probably 30 plus vehicles.
Gosh, dang.
Well, I mean, I am getting a little older, but I mean, I've owned my very first vehicle was a Ford Ranger. It was a stick shift. And I'm a freaking weirdo because I traded it for a seafoam green Ford Taurus. That was psychotic. And then I traded that for the 5.0 V8 Ford Explorer.
Which you had for a long time.
I loved that one. Yeah, that was good. And then I think after that, I traded it for a 5-speed manual.
That's the vehicle you had when we started dating.
Mm-hmm. Then I traded that for a 5-speed manual BMW 325i with the sports package. Which we used, actually. So the sports package on those actually upgrades the suspension. And we were driving home from Illinois one day. And I, race car maneuvered around a deer. We were in the right lane. And
First of all, the deer's, when we saw it, it's like time stopped. The deer was standing in the middle of the road. But because it was, icy and stuff, we were kind of clinging to the center line. And this deer's head just appeared. The neck and head is all I saw, and it appeared right in front of your face in the driver's side. And I said, deer, and you swerved, and it whoop, whoop, like it was nothing. And I was like, we almost just died.
After that, I owned a Ford F-350 diesel.
Oh, yeah.
The 7.
That's what you guys took to California.
7.3 Power Stroke diesel. And I helped a friend move to California with that. And then pretty much after that, I've kind of been a Jeep guy ever since. I've owned Grand Cherokees and Wranglers. Yeah, pretty much just been a Jeep guy after that. I love Subarus too, which I've kind of talked you into a little bit.
Matt's the one that helped us get my Subaru.
Yeah.
I love my car.
Yeah, so anyway, I sold my Jeep yesterday.
Supplies! So
Supplies, that's
we sold the Jeep yesterday. So now we're down to one vehicle for a little bit.
Temporarily.
Yeah.
And then we
But-
might get a Jeep truck.
Yep. So
It's because from what we made from the Jeep and what we can put down, we'll have a basically cheaper payment for something that he really wants. And we really could use a truck.
Well, I don't know if the payment will be cheaper.
It's going to be pretty close to what we're already
Yeah,
paying. So.
it's close. So, yeah. So that's the plan. We're working on financing right now.
Not me. This is a you thing.
Yeah. So
We're adding on the tally marks on Aaron's side, not Kelsey's
But
side.
here's what happens is every time I want to do something like with my woodworking and whatnot, every time it's wish I had a truck. Wish I had a truck for that. If I had a truck.
Yes, Matt.
Gladiator, yeah. So gonna get a truck. So I actually had a Gladiator. I built one. Had it. It was a lease.
When we first moved into this house.
Had a good payment on it, but it was a lease. So, obviously, once the lease is up, then it probably would have cost even more.
Did you see what Matt said?
What did he say?
They have a white one they just took in with brown leather. That'd be nice.
Well, so I've literally tracked one down in Georgia, and it's manual transmission. So,
which means I'm not driving it.
yeah,
I'm not even gonna try
pretty set on that one.
because I can't drive it. Is that why?
That's a perk.
I want to learn how to drive manual first,
Yeah.
and then.
Listen,
then
I loved
automatic.
our
Yeah.
Jeep that we had. However, the way that the seating is in the driver's seat, you can't pump the seat up higher. You can only move it forward or backwards. But because of the way that the dash is built and where the pedals are kind of tucked back and behind, I would have to push the driver's seat all the way forward. My knees would be smashed into the dashboard, and I'd still have to tiptoe to hit the gas pedals because of like the weird, they're kind of tucked back like a truck. And so I think I drove that Jeep maybe 10 times.
Not even.
Probably not even that. But I love it, but it's just because it wasn't comfortable for me to drive. But I love being a passenger princess. But the thing is, because he works fully remote, it sits in our driveway most of the time.
Yeah, so that's where the story was going. That's where the story was going. So I leased this Gladiator, and I was working hybrid, so I had a need for it.
Paying $299 a month for a brand new, straight from factory.
Yeah.
We were stupid to sell
we put
that.
some money down on it, but I went from hybrid to remote, and it literally just sat out there, and I couldn't justify spending $300 a month for something that
Plus
I never
insurance and then
drove.
gas. Yeah.
So that's why we got rid of it. And then I went back to hybrid, so then I needed a vehicle. So then we bought one.
We were kind of forced to buy the Subaru that we had at the time.
And now I'm...
And it was when cars, they were having a chip shortage, so every used car
And
was
now
way
I'm
expensive.
remote again, but I'm going to justify the payment again, I guess. Just because
because we're actually going to use it. 'Cause
we
it'll be a
need
truck.
2 vehicles. It's a truck. I love the Gladiators. So I loved the Gladiators before they were a thing. Like Jeep truck. Like obviously, well, you all probably know that there was a Jeep truck previously, but nobody knew if Jeep was actually ever going to come out with a truck again. So I wanted a Jeep truck when it didn't exist, and then when it was a real thing, I was like, it's real.
Listen, we may trade cars a lot, but as we've gotten older, we've gotten much wiser. And we never let our payment go over a certain amount. Like we were at a dealership last weekend, and I just out of curiosity, we knew what our payment. I didn't want to pay more than $300. I was like, that's plenty for a car. I'm not willing. Like we could, but I'm not willing to go over that. That to me is crazy. And the every time we go to a dealership and we talk to a salesman, they look at us like we're nuts when we say that that's the price we want to pay. So this guy looked at me like I was crazy when I said that. And I said, well, what's the average payment? He goes, $799. And I go, I don't know anybody who's paying $799 to rent a vehicle.
Not rent.
He said leasing and buying.
Yeah, probably.
Y'all are out of your freaking mind. That's more than half my mortgage payment.
Mom.
No way.
Mom.
The highest car payment that we ever had was $500 a month. We got rid of that car pretty quick.
Was that for the Cherokee?
It was a showroom Cherokee.
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind. So I don't know. You and I were kind of heavily raised by and influenced by our grandparents, who came from that era of if you don't have cash, you don't need it. Be smart about what you're buying. Make sure it has value when you're done with it. And so when we were younger, we didn't give a crap about all that. Yeah, if you have a 400 credit score. So a lot of these people would put money down and have that high of a payment. That's what he was saying. I'm like, that's crazy. And yeah, like our grandparents heavily influenced us, especially I think in our older years now that they're not with us anymore. We think back to them a lot. And especially as I'm 35 now. And I think a lot, like when it comes to like buying cars, buying houses, I think what my grandpa used to say is like, you're gonna keep spending the money you do have on things that you want, and then when you need the money that you don't have, you're gonna wish you never bought that. And so I think about that a lot when he said that, like, yeah, I've got the money now, but if I spend it on something I really want now, later when I need that money, I'm not gonna have it, especially if I invested in something that will not return any money back to me. So
there's a good balance to that, though, because it's like I hear people say like, well, why don't you wait until XYZ or whatever? Here's the thing. It's funny. I just said, here's the thing. There's this guy that does this mechanic podcast, and that's his like motto. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. That's funny. When I said that, I thought of that. Anyway, this is what I was going to say. Yes, it's good to have, to wait. But also, like, do I want to wait until I'm like 70 and then like, I'm going to die?
Then actually enjoy
like
life.
I bought it. Ooh, I bought this. Oh, now I'm dead.
Yeah.
There's a good balance there, I think.
Well, it really kind of rang clear for me with your grandma and grandpa Pearson in Williamsport when we were helping clean their house out after grandpa died. They collected anything and everything that brought them joy. Stamps, toothpick
Coins was
things,
the big one.
coins, old money. Like, that was neat.
Toothpick holders was my grandma's
Yeah,
thing.
like, he was an amazing wood carver, like, and painter. They just spent their money their whole life. There wasn't...
Should I grab the carving that I'm looking at right now?
Sure.
All right, let me grab this carving.
So...
You can sit back, buddy.
Well, I'm gonna loosen it up.
Okay. So Aaron, a lot of his dad, Aaron's dad has amazing woodworking skills too. Like, Aaron's grandma and her boyfriend, they live in Georgia in a very expensive home, like upwards of $1 million plus. And Aaron's dad, this is something his grandpa carved from a log of wood.
It's hard to see the detail, but so it's a donkey, obviously, and he carved the bird too, which is really cool.
All hand carved and put together, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and that's just one of
Yeah.
amazing. Every bird, not that bird, but he carves other kinds of birds, and they look so hyper realistic. You'd swear it was a real bird sitting inside your house. It's insane. But Aaron definitely, and so does his dad Kevin. They get their woodworking gifting from Grandpa Pearson because he was very talented. Ouch.
Sorry.
But we have about 10 minutes left. Caleb, is there anything you wanted to talk about? Share with anybody?
I don't know. I do. No. Sorry. I accidentally hit the microphone with my elbow.
It's okay, buddy.
So I really like. You know how I really like playing BeamNG Drive on my computer.
Oh, we know.
Yes, it's like so realistic. And like now they have like controller like feel like whenever like something's vibrating on the car, like when you stomp on the brakes, if you have a wheel, the thing inside the wheel that makes it vibrate will actually vibrate.
Oh my goodness.
And it's weird because sometimes I just like to put my ear to it and like listen to it.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
You'll be old enough to get your driver's permit
In like 5 years.
4 years. And I am terrified for you.
Why?
I'm not riding in that car with you.
I don't know why. I'm probably gonna want to buy a rusty car because those are probably more cheap.
I'll let you drive Dad's Jeep Gladiator.
No, I'm gonna buy my own rusty Chevy.
You know what? He
And then
must really love you because he didn't shoot down or veto that. I was waiting for him to be like, no, he's not.
So here's the thing.
Rusty Chevy, so I can just blare on the speakers the Rusty Chevrolet song.
I feel like
If you've ever seen that.
Yeah,
on
the
YouTube.
Rusty Chevrolet's a good one. You want to sing a little bit of it?
No, let's play it.
No, we're not gonna play
Can
it.
you, Caleb? Can you sing that one song? How's it go? What's the song?
No. Chicken
Watch
Lights
Old
and
Bandit Run. That one.
Not gonna do it.
I forget the words of it though.
Not gonna do it.
Just say the words.
Eastbound and down, loaded up in trucking.
Hold on, slow down.
Eastbound and down, loaded up in trucking. We're gonna do what they say can't be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound up, watch old bandit run. That's
Watch Old Bandit Run.
Yeah, that's
The only part of the song I know.
It's Eastbound and Down by Jerry Reed. So if you want to listen to it, you can. If you
Who
don't,
introduced
it's fine.
you to Jerry Reed? How'd you learn about him?
I just clicked on. Oh, I think it was like. I think that
Wasn't it Papa River?
No.
I think it was we watched the band.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
No, I knew about him then. Oh, and also, I think I clicked on. I think I think it was at school. I somehow introduced myself to it, and it was like we were.
I think you were searching on YouTube for truckin' music.
Yep. And then that popped up, and I'm like, what's this? So I click on it, and I'm like, this is good. And then it's like Jerry Reed, and then I search Jerry Reed, and then I see that he has like 3 billion, jillion, quadrillion songs on there.
That's so many songs.
Yeah, it's not actually that amount. It's just like it's so much that it's kind of like you think it's that much, but it's actually like a smaller number.
This is what I was gonna say about the every time I talk, you cough.
Sorry.
This is what I was gonna say about the truck, because obviously that's all I can think about right now. You were talking about him driving it. Mm-hmm. I feel like I live on nostalgia because I purposefully wanted one that has the crank windows, and I feel like when I own this thing, you know, we'll see. I might own it for a couple days or something, and then trade it like always.
No, you won't.
The goal is to, you know, it's one of my favorite vehicles. The goal is to like keep it, you know, forever, and then put one of those wraps around it and just have it sit somewhere forever.
Caleb, I have a really cool
But
idea.
I live on nostalgia, so I feel like, you know, one day it's going to be uncovered and people are going to be like, what are these crank looking things?
Yeah.
Or not know how to drive a manual transmission.
I've got a really great idea for me and the kids to do
What?
while you drive.
What?
So
Roll down the windows and
no,
let
listen,
it get
listen,
cold.
listen, Linda, listen. So we take a rope,
Okay.
and me, you, and Aaliyah each get a rope. We buy roller skates.
Oh no.
We put on roller skates.
No, that's the
We
dumbest.
lasso from TOTH, top of the hill.
That is.
We lasso the hitch,
No, that is.
and
the
then
worst.
Dad pulls us through the neighborhood down Indian Trail Drive.
That is.
And then we could go around all the curves, and then he could drive us down the.
Down. You can't. He can't drive us down the Happy Hollow.
We'll do it anyway.
But there's
We'll
one
be
of the-
rebels.
Okay, then you better get your drill ready. Cause you're gonna have to like drill it because they probably use industrial drills.
Oh, you mean that post that they put so you can't drive?
Yeah.
I think we should put rockets on the back of them too.
No.
Yeah.
But wouldn't that make us faster than the Jeep?
Heck yeah. We could race him.
No.
And we could pretend that Dad's riding a bull when he's in his Jeep, and we could try to lasso him. And
See what I deal with here?
No, that's a terrible idea.
what are bro? That's the greatest idea I think I might have ever come
No,
up
that's
with.
the worst idea I think you've ever came up with.
I'm ashamed.
It's a
I'm
bad
ashamed of
idea.
you.
Yeah,
It's a great
terrible
idea. Do you see what I have to
terrible.
deal with? I have great ideas, and they just shoot me down. Bullies.
No. Mom,
Aaliyah would be on board.
Mom, do you want to get in BeamNG and drive a car?
Heck no.
Why?
Because you'll crash it.
No, I said you drive it.
So what's
I'll
the
crash
plan
it.
for future episodes here? So I've got all these exciting, fun ideas.
We won't be able to do it every week like we had hoped,
Yeah, and I don't think
especially with the holidays.
there's
coming up.
not a number one. There's not a reason. Number two, I don't think there's enough excitement to be worried about it.
It's just
over
the holidays coming up and
podcast.
everything. It just gets way too busy for us the same
But
way.
I'm just talking about future podcasts. Like we have some ideas, at least that I think are fun. Like trying weird foods, doing food reviews,
Ooh.
talking about restaurants around town.
We should do a Will It Juice.
Aaliyah doing your makeup would be fun. I think people would be.
You mean
into
Aaliyah
that.
doing your makeup?
No, I don't.
Yes.
See, Caleb's on board with that one.
Wait, how about you guys trying carrots and honey mustard?
And then Caleb and I think are going to do
BeamNG episode.
yeah.
A gaming tutorial.
Yeah. Oh, Mom, there's some more comments.
There were just some laughter, I think. There was some laughter.
Do you know who's commenting right now?
No.
Matt and Kate and Aunt Shelley.
And
They're watching you right now. They're like Santa Claus. They know when you're sleeping and they know when you're
no,
awake.
they do not see me when I'm sleeping, and they do not know
Yeah, I
when
send
I'm
them-
awake. They know when you're awake, and they see you when you're sleeping.
Sounds like old Saint Nick.
Yeah. I record you when you're sleeping and I send it to them so they know.
You what?
Yeah, so they know that they know. They know if you've been bad or good. They know it.
Kelsey
So
decided
they
to
know
watch
if I-
the Santa Claus yesterday.
By the way, that movie, did you know? It's
Was-
from the 90s.
It's stop motion.
It's spelled the Santa Claus,
Not
but
that one.
clause like in a contract, which is what the movie is about. And I never in my life ever, till last night, I was like, the Santa Claus. Oh my gosh. Now it makes sense. Now I
All
know why
right,
they call it
before
that.
we run out of time here, because I have to talk about this. Yes, she watched the Santa Claus, but we also watched Purdue
Yo,
whoop
brother.
Texas Tech's butt last night by 30 points. And then,
Correction. The we was me and the kids sleeping on the couch on the floor while he watched.
And then we got to listen to all the people at halftime at the desk talk about how Purdue's the #1 team and all this, and it was glorious.
Hey, do you want to know something?
And yes, Kate, he is too
please.
smart for his own good.
Would you like me to get in that Subaru and then just ram that shed
What's that have to do with
inside
it?
Hey,
yard?
do you remember at Christmas a
Now
few
you're being
years ago
silly.
when you were obsessed with Titanic and we were at the boat club and Aunt Shelley and them tried to get you to sing the Titanic karaoke song?
I remember that.
Why didn't you do it?
I have stage fright.
But let's say you didn't have stage fright.
I probably still wouldn't have done it.
Really?
Yeah.
They were hyping you up. They were like your #1 fans. They were like, Caleb.
No, they weren't. They were
Yes, they
singing
were.
the song.
Yeah, why didn't you sing it with them? It was beautiful.
Dad requested me to request Kings of Leon, but instead I requested that.
I think your hair looks nice.
Oh, you're just trying to go off topic.
Mom,
What?
can't give away all my secrets. Whose
You're-
side are you on?
I think we might do a sports
Both of
episode
you.
as well.
A what episode?
Sports,
Nope.
but now that basketball season's on, it seems like year over year I get more and more involved in and into basketball, watching all the games, preseason games. So I watch all the teams.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to go fishing
Want
here.
to see what Purdue's,
By the way, if anybody
competition
feels
is.
like they really want to be generous and get Aaron and I a Christmas present, tickets to the Purdue men's basketball games when they're at Mackey Arena. Just don't poop yourself when you go look at the price of them because they are ranked #1 right now, but they're very expensive.
Why not get them?
But
when
if
they were
anyone
ranked
feels
number
like blessing us
25?
with a Christmas miracle, then a miracle.
They're probably like something $100.
Another thing
Oh my
too
gosh, they're
is
more
that
than
I
that.
should mention is that typically, so I typically like the Christmas decorations to go up right after Thanksgiving, like as soon as possible after that. Kelsey is typically like,
The day before Christmas
yeah.
and the day after they're
But
down.
this year,
This year, I think it's my two best friends rubbing off on me. It's freaking Kate's fault and Paige's fault, but they are
thank
obsessed.
you to both of them because I love the Christmas.
They
stuff.
are obsessed with Christmas, which is great. It's a good thing, but I don't know. Christmas hasn't always been my favorite holiday because I always had to choose which house I was going to be at and who I got to spend it with and who I didn't, and it was emotionally hard because something was always going wrong, and then we always had to spend a holiday without one parent or the other. It was not great, and so as an adult, it's not my favorite holiday. But I will say this: the closer that we're getting to the Lord, the more excited I am about celebrating what Christmas is about. And so this year is like the first year of my life that I'm like, I am stoked to be able to celebrate this and make this my lifestyle. And so we bought a new tree this year. It's a 9-foot pre-lit pencil tree.
Want to show 'em?
And we got it in October. We got it around Halloween, and it went up.
the day after Halloween, right?
The day after Halloween is when we put up my Christmas tree, which is never before happened in the Pearson household.
No,
So
I love it because I've always wanted a tall tree. So we had to get rid of our other one because
Half the lights didn't work, and
Yeah.
it was the flocked
Flocking.
tree, so it was starting to turn brown from being in our shed and stuff.
So we finally got one that fits perfectly. It's a big tree, and I love it.
Yeah, I encourage you. You need to set up your Christmas tree now. Forget all the haters. If it makes you happy, do it. I used to be one of those nagging people, but if it makes you happy, do it.
Why don't we?
All right, squeeze in here. Squeeze in here.
Ow!
So we're at time, so.
Wait, do you want to show them the tree real quick?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You know what? They can come over and see the tree, and we
Yeah.
can drink hot cocoa and have a fire with our fireplace.
Dad, you have a hair that's above your beard on your left side.
Oh, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, you did.
Brutally honest babies.
All right, let's tell everybody goodbye and that we'll see them. Go ahead and tell everybody bye and that we'll see them next
Bye.
episode.
Bye, guys.
See you
Thanks for
next
joining us.
Episode. See you next episode.
See y'all next time. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.